guys, welcome to the final recap of The Bachelorette with Emily Maynard. And I'm going to throw in, at no extra charge, the recap for after the final rose. Oh my god, 3 hours of TV tonight just on this show. If you made it through, you deserve a rose. Unfortunately, I don't have one for you. Alright, so the finale takes place in Curacao. Actually, they watched it with a studio audience live, and it was kind of the first time I've ever seen them do that. Usually they tape the After the Final Rose special, so they just wanted to keep it secret. And I think they pretty much did for the most part this time. It took a while before the leaks got out, and some of them weren't totally accurate either, but it was a good show, I have to say. The way they handled the finale was really, I thought it was good. So they're in Curacao, and Emily doesn't know what to do. She's hoping that maybe Ricky can help her pick a new daddy, but we'll see. So her family arrives, and Jeff is the first young prospect to show up, and he shows up with flowers for the ladies. Now in her family, it was her parents, her brother, and her future sister-in-law, which they really didn't show too much of her because she's not really part of the family yet. But she did get flowers, and her mom got flowers from Jeff, which I thought was really nice of him to bring that for the ladies. The whole family loves him. He had a perfect outing with her family there, and he very respectfully asked the dad for permission to marry her, and he gave it to her because everybody thinks that Jeff is really cool and a good match for Emily. And I have to agree that Jeff is almost too good for her. I don't know, she just seems so indecisive so much of the time, and he's just so calm and matter-of-fact, and he's just like dream man. Where did he come from? The sky? No Ricky in sight though, which is kind of strange because I think, you know, Ricky should be there with the family, and like, you know, it would have been nice if Ricky was there with her grandparents, and, you know, I thought that would have been nice for everybody to be there, but it was not to be. So then it was Ari's turn, and he presented her mom with a box full of all the roses that he got at all the rose ceremonies, which the mom thought was pretty cool. I thought it was alright. He says he's got experience with the MILFs. Actually, he lived with a single mom, and she was actually expecting his child until she miscarried, so ugh. That's a pretty deep relationship to be in and not have a ring on your finger. But the brother kind of thinks that he might just be in it to win it because he talked really pretty. He talked too pretty, in fact, and he thought he was a little bit too polished. And I have to agree, not for the same reasons though, but I thought Ari kind of seemed a little nonchalant about the whole thing. But the dad gave the blessing for him to ask her, although it seemed like he was a bit hesitant, a little more hesitant than he was with Jeff when he gave him the blessing. And the family's pretty confused because they like both of the guys. I guess they're just as indecisive as she is. So she was actually hoping that the family would help her out in making her decision, but they were no help at all. So, it's time for Jeff's final date, and they have a date on the beach, and she admits to him that she's all stressed out. But he's not. He knows exactly what he wants to do. He's very confident and sure of himself. And I think that actually helped her quite a bit. She was going to not have Ricky meet anyone. And Jeff was like, excuse me? Are you kidding me? You're expecting me to propose to you and you won't even let me meet who's going to be part of our family? That was not cool. So then she thought better of it, and they went to where Ricky was and surprised her. And it turned out really well because they spent a really chill afternoon hanging out with Ricky in the pool. Of course, it was awkward at first until, you know, Ricky felt more comfortable and Jeff felt more comfortable. But then after that, they had a blast. So it was really cool. Yeah, then it was time for the night date. And he brings her a present, which is a book about Curacao. And he drew in some stick figures in the book of them, you know, on their dates and such. And it was really cool. There's just something extremely cool about Jeff. I'm waiting for, like, secret info on him or something because he almost seems too good to be true. It's pretty amazing. Emily is upset. She calls Chris Harrison up and summons him to her room. And she's made up a decision and she wants to talk to Chris about it. She wants to marry Jeff. Well, she wants to choose Jeff. But she doesn't know what to tell Ari. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious at this point that you have to tell Ari, look, I'm with Jeff. I've made my decision. I don't want to put you through any more of this because it's not fair. Hello, was that so difficult? I could have just fixed everything for Ari in 2 sentences. So she doesn't want to hurt him though. But isn't it better to rip the Band-Aid off than to beat around the bush? So Ari arrives for the date and she's not there. And it's with a love potion lady. And he goes through making this love potion. He's waiting for her to arrive. She arrives. She's all like cry-y. And he puts the love potion on her, but obviously it doesn't work because she's all like, "Ew, let's sit down and talk." And he's like, "Yeah, okay, what's going on?" And she is really horrible at communicating. What is wrong with her? Is it so hard to just say, look, I'm with Jeff? But she has to go into this long thing about, I thought I was going to pick you, but now I don't know. And can't you just say, look, I picked Jeff. Problem solved. He wants to leave. She wants to talk because she knows she sucks at communicating and she's not getting her point across. I guess she's not going to be a driver's wife. He feels stupid. He shouldn't have to feel stupid, but she kind of made him feel stupid, I think, by just dragging this out. And Chris Harrison is like, oh, this is the most emotional thing ever. It wasn't emotional, it was stupid. It was so painful to watch because she is so bad at explaining things. So in the studio audience there, they check in with Ashley and JP. Who cares? Get married already. Haven't you guys been engaged like forever? Then Deanna and Michael Stagliano, who Michael Stagliano I believe is Deanna's brother-in-law now because she just recently married his brother. She said it was the right thing to do, that Emily cut Ari loose. Yes, it was the right thing to do, but she should have done it the right way. She just really, like, cut him slowly. Oh, it was horrible. It was so painful. And then Ashley Spivey, who was also on Emily's season of The Bachelor. Great job, Emily. That's what she had to say. So they showed Jeff picking out the ring. And he picked out a totally hot ring. He did a good job. I would have picked that one out of the 3 as well. And then it was proposal time. They spent a lot of time... Actually, it was a pretty good finale. It was just freaking long. Just so long. And I wish it was on a Monday instead of on a Sunday. But what are you going to do? So she says he's her soulmate. And Ari's gone. It's just him. Which made him really happy. He said he was the luckiest man in the world. He credits God. I love that he said that. Putting 2 people together. He proposed, and she freaking hesitated for like 1,000 years, and then finally said yes. I would have been like, excuse me, I'm dying down here. Can you just give me an answer? And then Ricky shows up. She runs over and skips, and then they all walk off into the sunset like the sexiest little family ABC has ever seen. Alright, so it's time for After the Final Rose, as if that wasn't enough. And Emily comes out. She's in love. She's glowing. The ring means nothing. She could have a piece of tape on her hand. Alright, hand it over. it's obvious that she's very happy. And then they bring out Ari. Ooh, buzzkill. Alright, well, he said watching it helped. He was very gracious about the whole thing. Everyone agrees Emily sucks at communication. And after the show was over, he actually flew to Charlotte to try and see her. Unbeknownst to the show, of course, right? Chris Harrison? Alright, so he said watching the show actually helped. Obviously, they don't get to see what the final cut is until it actually airs. So watching it helped, and he ended up not seeing her when he went to fly out there. He called her, they spoke, he said he was leaving his journal on the doorstep. She did not read it, she gave it back to him on the show, she didn't see any point in it, which was also probably pretty confusing for him. He ended up speaking to Jeff about the whole thing and got more closure that way because, yeah, it's true. Jeff is a fabulous communicator. He probably should have just called him in the first place. He could have explained it all, for crying out loud. Oh my God. I hope if anything good comes out of this, it's that she learns how to express herself better through Jeff, or with Jeff, or because of Jeff. Because Jeff's really good at that. Alright, so now they bring out Jeff. He loves her. It's obvious. They had some secret location dates. They showed some pictures from it. He's really starting to get a bond with Ricky, which is amazing because Ricky just wants the daddy. And I have to say, it was the best proposal I've ever seen on the show because it really seemed to be heartfelt. I mean, they have to be crapping in their pants because this is probably the most genuine finale that they've had in a long time. That's the way this show should go. They should never go to having two people waiting to propose. They should never get to that point. They should stop it at like the date before, or maybe even 2 dates before, because that's how it should be. It shouldn't be that you're in love with two people up until the final moment, or have two people think that you're in love with them up until the final moment. That's so not cool. So I actually really like the way that this all resolved itself out. And the proposal was so romantic. They watched it for the first time because I guess they didn't see it in their green rooms. I don't know. And yeah, she really did keep him waiting far too long. He must have been sweating bullets, besides the fact of being in Curacao in a long sleeve suit, all buttoned up. He must have been dying. I hope he had like a personal air conditioning system in there. Alright, so plans for the future. I love their plans. First thing they're going to do after they made out was take a humanitarian trip to Africa with little Ricky. I think that's fabulous. Fabulous. And I think it's all part of like him being so spiritual. His parents are like missionaries, and I think it's fabulous that he wants to do something for other people and use his celebrity to bring awareness to other things like that, other than themselves. Fabulous. He's going to move to Charlotte because he doesn't want to uproot little Ricky, which I think is, again, fabulous. They're going to live separately. Hello, thank you. I think a lot of the problem on these shows is the couples just move in together too quickly. And it ends up not working out. I think it's fantastic that they're going to be living separately. And they want to get married in Charleston. They've already been scouting out locations. And possibly a spring wedding, I thought I heard Emily say. So, fabulous. Good stuff. So, as if that wasn't so fabulous, now we have to spoil it. And talk about Bachelorette 3. If you love softcore porn, this is the show for you. I know I've reviewed this show in the past. I'm not doing it this go around. It's just too sleazy. I'm sorry. I can't do it anymore. I won't be doing that show. Probably pick this ABC thing up when Dancing with the Stars starts again. So if you like to watch my ABC recaps, I guess I'll see you for Dancing with the Stars and possibly the next Bachelor. So kids, thanks for watching. If you watched all season, thank you very much. And if you just watched this one, thank you too. So till next time, till we meet again, much love.